All right, so for me, it gives a little bit more weight, especially when I'm doing general relationship readings, to kind of get a better feel for where the challenges might be, okay? So you, Leo, came through, your current energy for the relationship came through as the 8 of Pentacles. And so this could signify a few things. One is that you may not necessarily be focused on the relationship. You may be focused on your own personal growth and development. You may be focused on actual work, like your job, career advancement, that kind of thing. You may be working on learning something. You may be working on a skill, things like that. So this isn't necessarily screaming like relationship for me, and we can get some clarification to see what else comes out. And after we go through the cards and get more of a lay of the land, we'll decide which ones to pick, or I will. All right, so the overall energy, the current energy that the person that you're thinking about is in, they came through as the Justice card. For those of you that might have a Libra in mind, this is the Libra card. But what I'm thinking is that they may feel like they're lacking something, that they, maybe some stuff went down, which is kind of supported by the other cards that we'll get to in a second. Maybe some stuff went down where something was cut or ended, or closure happened of some variety, and I don't know what type of relationship you have in mind, but it seems to me that there was some kind of closure, and maybe the person you're thinking about doesn't necessarily feel... I'm kind of getting the feeling that they feel like they didn't get proper closure, and that's supported by another card, which I'll show you here in a second, okay? The overall energy of the relationship came through as, what did it come through as? Oh, Judgment, of course. So this is the overall energy of the relationship. Kind of again supporting this idea that there may have been some kind of decision made, an ending to something happened, a decision of just like a big one. This is kind of a big decision, right? This isn't like a little something. This is a significant realization or a significant decision. Okay, that is kind of the underlying energy of the relationship between the two of you. Okay, what you want from the relationship, Leo, is the 9 of Pentacles. So from this, I got like some independence. I think you want a little bit of freedom and a little bit of independence to kind of grow, right? Because you're coming through as the 8 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. So I'm getting that you might really be focused on yourself, your own personal growth and development, your career, your material world, your material possessions, not necessarily screaming like love relationship, right? So I'm just kind of getting an overall lay of the land, and then we'll definitely dig in, okay? The obstacle or the challenge card that came out for the relationship between the two of you is the 10. So the 10 of arrows in this deck is the 10 of swords. So again, kind of reinforcing maybe the way something ended, or the way, I don't know if it was a breakup, if it's a relationship, like a breakup, if it's a job, like somebody quit. It's kind of that kind of thing. You know, this is like, if this is work, this is like I quit. Like I'm sick of this shit, I'm out of here kind of energy if it's work. If it's family, maybe some stuff came to light and it created a rift. That's another option here. So you'll just have to see how it applies to the relationship that you have in mind. But there's definitely, so Leo, you're coming through as really kind of focused on working on something, yourself, your job, a hobby, learning something, you know, that kind of thing. Not necessarily screaming relationship, but we'll see what we get with clarifiers, okay? The overall energy of the relationship is coming through as something, some part of the relationship has ended. You could still be in communication, right? But like a dynamic has shifted. Something has shifted in the relationship. Some part of the relationship has come to an end. Something has shifted, something has changed. And it's a significant thing, right? Because we have a major arcana and we have a closing of a cycle with the 10 of arrows. And so I would say that's a pretty significant thing. The person that you have in mind, what they want from the relationship, and this is the last card of this kind of, you know, what do I want to call that? This general layout so that I can get a feel for what's going on here. They came through as the 8 of Cups, right? So they're coming through as Justice and the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is an empowered card, but it's like, I'm getting like cutting your losses. Like the person that you're thinking about, like walked away. It's almost kind of like it's a reluctant walk away, you know? And I know it's in this card, the depiction here is she's too late to save him. She ran to save him, but it's too late. So while it looks like they're reuniting, they kind of are, but he's already deceased. Right? And so it's kind of like a bittersweet type of thing. Like, yeah, she was able to see him one more time, but it's an ending, right? So that's not the general meaning. That's just kind of like the story that's laid on top of the general meaning of the 8 of Cups for this deck. So I said that in the event that that's meaningful to some of you for some reason. But the first hit that I got with this card for the person that you're thinking about is that, yeah, okay, they walked away, but they did it reluctantly, and I feel like they feel like they didn't get proper closure, and maybe they feel like something wasn't fair. Maybe the way the breakup happened, or maybe the way, Leo, if you quit your job or walked away from something, the other person maybe felt like it was a little bit unfair, maybe a little bit too fast, a little rash, possibly. I don't know. They're just, I feel like they're not feeling easy about this. You, however, are like really focused. So we'll see what we get with clarifiers, but from these cards, you seem like you're doing, if you're going through anything emotional tied to this, you're distracting yourself with some kind of focused energy. You're focused on something. So if you are having a hard time, you're bearing it in some way by staying focused on what it is that you're working on. All right. The other thing that you may have noted already is that we didn't get any inversions. So, compared to the water sign readings, which were super painful, all 3 of them, I don't see this as having that same kind of weight and pain that I got with really all 3 of the water signs. So, this might have been a little bit challenging, and of course it's going to be a little different for all of you. This could have been a little painful and a little bit challenging, but not anything like, this is not real heavy energy, which is nice, right? So let's I'm going to dig into you first, Leo, and see kind of where you're at. So I'm going to focus in on both of the 8 and the 9 of coins, and I want to just get some clarification to see how Leo, that was fast. Temperance, yeah, exactly. Like you're coming through as being kind of very balanced in this particular situation. Like you are, I think you're of the 2 of you, I would say you're probably handling it better. This is reinforcing that. And you are handling it like very maturely. I would say with emotional maturity, and you're really focused on, kind of getting your equilibrium. If this threw your equilibrium off, you're working on regaining it, and I'm guessing from this that you're doing a pretty damn good job of it. All right. So what else can we get for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus related to this relationship. That's too many. What can we get for Leo? And how they're doing, how they're handling this relationship that they are thinking about. What is their energy? How are they doing? All right, the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. All right, what I got from this, Leo, if this is a job, you left a job to find, you left an opportunity to start a new one. And either it wasn't what you had what you thought it would be, right? Like they gave you some kind of false, there was, what's the word? I don't want to say false hope because that's not right. You know, like you went into interview, you talked to them, they made the job sound like it would be perfect for you, that it would be great, it would be a great new opportunity for you. You were ready to kind of start moving on. You had been, you know, maybe developing your skills, kind of working on yourself. Maybe you just got certifications or something, right? You've really been kind of working on yourself. You've been working on, you know, improving yourself. And so you went in for this new opportunity and either it was not what you thought it was going to be, and maybe now there's a little bit of regret. You might feel a little bit stuck because you made this choice. All right, so that's kind of like what I'm getting if this is a work thing. If this is more of a personal relationship, I'm not really getting a distinction between family or romantic at this point, so I'm just going to say personal relationship, friendship, I'm going to kind of lump those together right now, and you can see what fits for you. A similar type of thing, but it's more like you might have been partnering with this person. Could be romantic, could be in any kind of capacity. If it's a friendship or whatever, you could have been partnering with this person and you met somebody new and you decided to pursue that. And again, kind of same type of deal where the grass wasn't greener. All right, the grass wasn't greener. They built themselves up to be something that they really weren't, right? So it's a very similar message. If it's work or even if it's personal, I'm getting like a very similar message here. Yeah. Somebody went to start something new, and Leo, it's coming out on your side, so I'm assuming this was you. You were disappointed after you made the decision, and because it was not what you expected, it wasn't what somebody promised. That kind of energy is what I'm getting. But despite this, right? Despite coming maybe from this energy, you're still here. You're not in this energy. Like, I feel like you realize that, shoot, this might not have been the best choice for me, but you're not like, it's not pity party. You're not wallowing in this energy. I feel like you're really here, which is all right. Bad choice. I need to choose. I need to find something new. I need to choose something new. And your head's down. You're working on it. You're working on what your next move is. So I'm not getting pity party here, and I'm not getting like, I'm not getting any kind of heavy energy again from these clarifiers. So I think you're in a pretty good spot. Even though it might not be ideal, might not be exactly what you wanted, but I still feel like in general, overall, you're in a good spot. Or you will be. You know, I don't see these cards as being negative at all. What else can we clarify here? Let's see if we can get, and again, I'm going to look at these two cards together for the kind of the overall energy of the relationship. So this was overall the relationship, and this was kind of like the main obstacle or challenge.